Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're going to be playing some best of 3 standard. I'm trying out a mono rest list from dafore, another content creator really good at limited. Took his chops to constructed ladder. This is like a hasty mono red shell, so looking to get your opponent dead as quick as possible. So you have a lot of haste threats in like Rabbit Battery. Kumano buffs your team and eventually gives you a haster. Adversary that gives you the ability to flash back. Arnie, card that hasn't seen too much play, but lets you boast, get a little bit larger. Stormseeker, just haste up other threats as well. Dragonsynth Berserker can make you some dragons, so it's a good early and late drop. Shatterskull Charger, on its own, 3 mana, 4/3 trample haste, but it's got to return to hand. There's ways we can put counters on it with like Kumano or Thundering Raiju, but otherwise, like late game, it can just be 5 mana. Notably good to get around like those wedding announcement tokens and stuff like that. Thundering Raiju is another way to kind of incidentally deal damage without actually hitting your opponent. And then Creepy Puppeteer is an interesting card. 4 mana, 4/3. When it attacks, if you attack with exactly one other creature, you may have that creature's base power and toughness become 4/3. So it's a way to upgrade some of these small creatures later in the game. Some removal in the form of like Spiked Field, Play with Fire, Royal Eruption, Shatterskull, and then utility lands in Den and Sokuzen, kind of mixed in. Sideboard, Pithing Needle, I guess, for like Planeswalkers, stuff like that. Maybe creature lands. We'll see. I'm going off his list exactly. So you got removal and a Braid, as well as first artifacts. Another Play of Fire for cheap removal. Thundering Rebuke if needed. Another Shatterskull Charger. Some Volatile Arsonist as another threat. And then Chandra for some grind value. So we'll give it a shot. The exact sideboard guide depends. We'll see. But we'll give it a shot. See. It's kind of towards the end of the season. We'll see if we could kind of push into numbers. I was like just on the brink of like mythic numbers. I was at that stage. Yeah, you win one, you're in numbers. You lose one, you're back out around that 99% hovering zone. But we'll give it a shot. See if we're close. We'll kind of push for that. Hirata Z number 1800. We're at 99, so we're kind of on that bubble. I think there's like 46 hours left. We'll see how this plays out. If anything, just playing a low to the ground aggro deck will allow us to jam more games, give us a higher likelihood. We played blue-white kind of Death and Taxes tempo the other day, and it did pretty well in the format. Waiting on the opponent to decide. Opponent goes first. I think this is fine. We do have 2 lands here. Probably lead off with Battery. It's Sustained Pressure. We'll also kind of see what our opponent leads on. If they're a creature deck, we might want to control the board. Okay, they mull to 5. Just start jamming in. We got a lot of burn in hand too, so this might be the green-white like landfall mid-range deck. Spike Field down, Play with Fire. Ooh. So like what's the worst? I think it's unlikely they trade here. Let's get them to commit some resources. Okay. Let's get you off, and then I'm just going to kill the Kami as well, I think. This turn, we just play this out. We can eventually flash something back, but depending what we want to do, we have some options for next turn. You should... What's this? If an enchantment was put into the graveyard, return to hand. I still think we do this. Well, they get Kami back. It seems like they didn't have another aura. What we do need to be mindful is if they have like the lifelink rune. This costs less to activate with each rune. I think we're just doing this turn. We can keep just kind of pushing damage here. Cool. Runes without runes. So this matchup, we're going to just want every burn spell pretty much. Chandra might be decent. So I think this matchup's less about like the haste element. Arnie's probably not getting in too much damage. I don't think we want the rabbit batteries on the play at least. I guess probably play the arsonists. Do I want the batteries? I think we're fine. We basically just in this matchup want to kill everything and then kind of play like a control style strategy. Because the one thing they might bring in Hallowed Haunting as a way to kind of get around targeted removal. So this hand doesn't do a lot. We want removal. So Royal can deal 3. Kami. So I think this turn we're just going to play this out. Get some pressure. They go like Rune Forge here. And Visitor. I think we're attacking with both here. It's an interesting question here. I can just kill one of these. Next turn I have like 2 damage, but the 2 damage is probably just going to get kind of reduced at this point. So I could either kill this, let these get bigger. I think we're just doing that. Like they're already at 11. If they don't have a lifelink rune, we're okay. So they go Jukai. We're gonna have to kill Jukai. Promise. They're already 4 here. Chandra's actually not bad.
I won't stop fighting till the people are safe again. Watch me heat up the dance floor.
Chandra does for me here. It kind of forces them into a double attack. Now we're dead. They're gonna get the lifelink rune, and then we just didn't draw really removal that game. Shermana Chandra. Just have like another 1-drop here. We have a lot of removal in the deck, we just didn't see it that game. Sand doesn't do enough. Okay, sounds good. I think we put back Stormseeker here. So I actually like doing this turn. It lets me start putting pressure on them, and while I'm putting pressure, I could then just answer their board repeatedly. Just do the 2 damage this turn. Because then this potentially will let me go a Braid and a turn. And then if I draw a land, I get to go Raiju. Okay, we see Visitor come down. Just get you out of the way. So they wisely put it on the land. So the thought was maybe not to abrade that turn, but I want it to be mana efficient if we hit that land. Okay, we see Light Paws come down. Could have protection here. Yeah, that's great. So they're down to 9. Literally anything other than Volatile Arsonist or another Raiju is good. Catilda's terrible. He says as he come on. This is super frustrating. Because now they're just going to build up Catilda, and now I can't beat that. Jesus. That's super frustrating. Like, I think it's right to go up to the Arsonist. The main reason they have Menace so they can attack around, but the fact that we keep 3 lands and then it just doesn't, like, that's frustrating. And Catilda's really the only card that gets them out of that. I think we could scale, but the fact Catilda's evasive and it just gets, like, any enchantment grows it 2. We kind of had the opening to try to kill them, but I just didn't see it. And games like those are frustrating when you... I think our decisions were sound that game. We controlled their board, but sometimes you just don't hit lands. This is an interesting line. So mana efficiency wise, I still think we do this. I think what we look to do next turn, if we don't draw another threat, okay, it's just mono white. So I think what we do here This way, if they want to trade, we still get left the rabbit. And then the Berserker has first strike. And then next turn I can start with Raiju's. So I'm actually going to do this turn because they're more inclined to try to kill the Dragon Skin Berserker with one of their 3 mana like creature exile effects. That's annoying. That makes it a 4/5. I don't think I want to play Raiju out yet. Because this kind of holds them back for the turn. Like, again, if they have an exile effect, I'm kind of dead in that regard. Luminarch making that 7 toughness. Yeah, let's just go. Don't think I could win at this point. Yeah. The problem being here, like, I can't get this once it gets over a certain point. And that's kind of the negative of this kind of strategy. So same as last time, let's chunk in all the removal. Puppeteer's out. Arnie's out. I think we're off the Rabid batteries. I think on the play it's fine with that. I'm going to cut a Raiju. I think we cut... Actually, Stormseeker seems worse. So let's bring you back in. Let's bring a couple Chandras in. Just play like big red. The Chandras, when I bring out some of the creatures, because I'm going to bring in more interaction, Chandra can be used as card advantage or just ramp. Kind of mulligan this. Okay, sounds probably better. I think we put this back. This might serve a little bit more. That other hand, just 2 Chandras was kind of a mull. It's gonna be a game where we just never hit our next lines. So hoping they don't drop Luminarch this turn. It's actually good because I don't need to pay the mana this turn. Let's just kill this. So we can at least play these out if they do Spell Seeker or Spellbinder, but I would imagine you board out Spellbinder in this particular matchup. They're probably bringing in stuff like Portable Holes. Just this Adeline on curve again. It's really annoying. So I think we do this. Because depending on what they do afterwards, I have the Shatter Skull. We have 4 Thundering Rebukes, which would be the best card to draw right now. Another Raiju's not bad, just stack up double damage. So I can deal 4. Let's see if they have like Valorous Stance. Okay, it's not bad. Do they have a follow-up Adeline? Brutal Cathar. That's fine. So we kill this. Kind of get him in a block situation now. Like they could have another effect, but this will put him down to 1. They need an answer for Raiju. Okay, so they're just dead. Okay, that was better. I actually don't think we want Chandra in this matchup. Probably... Like, do I want the stuff on 4? I think there's Brutal Cathar, Stormseeker's not great, Arnie's not great. This could kind of boost up. Maybe just, like, these trade early if needed. It is a 1/1 into 1/2s, which they've shown. But at the very least, it does upgrade some of my creatures. Alright, Kumano into First Striker seems good. Go Berserker. So we could try to catch them. I've had Adeline 3 games in a row on curve. So with the first strike, I'm hoping we could catch this Adeline. I may trade off Etchings of Kumana with Adeline. Okay, that could be Wandering Emperor. Let's see what they do here. We were hoping none of that. Now we lost. Play draw has been like, or not. They have Valor stance. Jeez. The problem is these are going to level up as well, so even if I answer the first, it's not great. I think we're doing this. Had like every answer along the way. Another stance. Yeah, I can't do much there. Alright, I think I'm off this one. It still feels like mono red, as much as I want it to be a thing, still feels really weak in this format. You're just not able to really press the advantage. You see something like Adeline taking over. We lack the card advantage. Our stuff doesn't really scale that well, but if you want to give mono red a shot, there's the list. Let me know what you think, and we'll catch you next time.